Live, 3 Pundits live from the famous Union Jack Bar in Benidorm on a coolish flying pig evening.
Well, he said he was a bit cold, didn't he?
It's getting a bit cool now, but it's been a glorious day.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
All right, mate.
Glorious day. It's been about 22, today.
Was it? I ain't seen any outside at all. Been working.
After a wonderful weekend of football, would you agree, lads?
Wonderful, as you know.
Wonderful, agree. Everybody agree. Wonderful weekend in football. Middle of November, just after Armistice Day, and there's three clubs on 100% November records. Do you know who they are, lads?
Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Man City, Tottenham, and Newcastle United.
Is that right?
Newcastle United.
Do you know
100% November. Haven't been beat. In fact, haven't been beat. They've won every game.
Listen, can I just say one thing, Doug?
Yes.
I was talking to Rabbi earlier on.
Tottenham's have won. Liverpool's
and
not.
he was saying, Arsenal, slipped up a little bit, but Spurs won again and all that. He went, he says, you do it show tonight? I went, yeah, we do it show. He says, I don't know why you don't just call it Newcastle show. That's what Rabbi said to me. Yeah. I couldn't understand what he meant.
Well, and if that's the case, you two Liverpool lads should be ashamed of yourselves. Because it's 2 against 1.
I don't think we're biased at all, me, Steve. I think we're like
talking about
professional.
Talking about the Rabbi, I've got to bring this little story in about the Rabbi. Watched his video this morning. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Did you see it, Sonny's video, the Rabbi's video this morning? He's got his hat on. He goes, here we are. He says, the day after Armistice Day. Okay? He says, and we're all observed the 2-minute silence for the fallen heroes yesterday. But he says, I never say this, but, and he had his little hat on, he went, I will take my hat off for once to the Arsenal fans who didn't observe 2-minute silence yesterday.
Is that what he said?
They observed 86 minutes silence. And listen, I don't know if you want to jump into that game first, but it was a fact. I watched the game. The stadium was like, I can swear tonight, can't we?
Yeah.
The stadium was like a fucking morgue for 86
That's
minutes.
always like that there, isn't it?
86 minutes. Now, we've spoke about Wolverhampton Wanderers all season, about how good they were. He sent them out to the Emirates. Now, this is a brave call. Playing the 3-4-3 formation yesterday.
Right. 3
forwards up front, going away at the Emirates. Brave decision.
Did you see any highlights of match?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Bournemouth were unlucky. Wolves rather. Sorry, Wolves. I meant.
Very unlucky.
They were unlucky, and they had chances near end to win it.
Yeah, I know.
They did.
They had a great. Did they not hit the post right at the end?
Post right end, but they had 2 or 3 chances on break.
But the Rabbi's, I have to say, the Rabbi's video this morning when I clicked on it was just so funny. And he took his hand off. 86 minutes silence. He says
there is absolutely no atmosphere, is there, in that stadium? But it's common at a lot of the stadiums, though, isn't it? I mean, you got your big clubs like Arsenal, right?
Newcastle,
Liverpool. No, because I think Newcastle's got a decent atmosphere, and I think
they've got a brilliant. They've got number 1 atmosphere.
I think they did come number 1 in a recent study or survey or something. But even I watched, the Liverpool game, and yesterday, and I thought it was like a graveyard. I thought it was terrible. And for me, football isn't just about the results; it's the whole thing. I don't like pre-season friendlies, right? Because there's no crunching tackles, there's no controversy, there's no history. There's no atmosphere. I like the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? The whole thing. It's not just about what's going on the pitch. And even though it's Liverpool and it's my team, and even though they've got to win, if there's no atmosphere, it doesn't do much for me. I sit there and I'm like that. You want that? You know what I mean? You need someone to go in and crack someone, don't you, in a tackle, and that gets people out of the seats, and then it does something. But some of these stadiums are Arsenal.
Yeah, you want controversy. Yeah,
you want atmosphere. You want the passion.
But then again, somewhere like at Anfield, you should have that passion straight from off. You haven't said James's Park.
You see, I would always class Liverpool as one of the really atmospheric clubs.
It depends what it is, though. If it's a European night, yes. If it's Everton, if it's Manchester United, more so even today, like to Chelsea in recent time. But if it's Man United, if it's Everton, if it's a Champions League night or something like that, the atmosphere is through the roof, and it's just a shame it can't be replicated on some of the smaller fixtures and that. But
so you say like going into playing Fulham, you're just expecting to win. So
there's just not an atmosphere. I mean, obviously, I don't know what you two think, but it's the all-seater side of things, isn't it? That's killed it.
Yes and no, because as I say, I mean, you know, Newcastle Brighton, there was a lot of atmosphere. You know, Newcastle are a crowd that, and I don't want to make this the Newcastle show, but Newcastle are a crowd that gets right behind the team, no matter who we play. I mean, we fill the stadium when we're playing Brighton, when we're playing Bournemouth, when we're playing Stoke, when we're playing West Brom. You know, there's still the atmosphere there. The flags at Newcastle now.
Yeah,
we've got the big Gallagher with all the flags.
Chelsea,
and that,
you know? They actually hand out flags, don't they, and all that. And it's like, it's kind of weird, that, isn't it? Because it's like they haven't got that traditional support that they've got to hand out flags to everybody. The club actually pays for them, hands them out. It's organised. It's weird, but like you say, I like the certain parts of like Old Trafford and that, where they've got the old school flags and banners up and stuff like that. And you've got them at Liverpool with the cop and all that. But a lot of these places now, you know, even this happens at Liverpool sometimes, they get told to take them down or they can't, you know, and sit down and stuff like that. And it's a passionate sport, isn't it? It's a passionate thing. If someone does a crunching tackle, it's Newcastle Sunderland, for example, if they were in the same division, mate.
Yeah, which they're not.
No, I thought I'd get that in first. If they're in, same division, it's Newcastle Sunderland, you're down there and you see some Sunderland player come in and take out one of your players in a horrendous tackle, you're not going to sit there and go, well, that was not. You're out of your fucking seat,
fantastic,
over the seat, you're grabbing the guy in front, you know, and everyone understands that passion. And I think that the all-seater stadiums has taken it away. And I think so you've still got some of that old school football down the leagues, I think, because they haven't got all that. But they are, of course, talking about reintroducing standing areas again. And I think that back in the day, you could get, you know, like say, half dozen lads, 10 lads or whatever, maybe they would go for a pint or maybe say, I'll see you in ground, and they could meet up in a certain section and then they could have a sing-song or whatever, whereas today they can't do that because you're controlled by where you've got to sit and people are scattered around. They've tried singing areas and everything.
Well, I'm here to call this the Newcastle show again. Sandra Gregory's joined. I think you know that lady. Broken leg. And
I better put a tweet out and say
not Newcastle. Newcastle, the whole of the Gallagher end now, the flag end, and indeed one section of the old Lasers end just beside the away fans is singing, flag waving and everything. And that's where all these guys sort of tend to congregate. Now, talking of atmosphere, did anybody see yesterday afternoon the Boca Juniors River Plate?
No.
Incredible. Yeah. Incredible. It's like the South American Cup final. Yeah, it's the South American Champions League final. Now listen to this, Sonny. Listen. The band away, when River Plate play Boca Juniors, it's a war. It is an absolute hooligan war. Last year, they played each other twice, 18 people murdered. 18 people murdered.
God, talk so stupid.
18 people murdered in relation to the game, twice. They don't allow UEFA. It's the wildest derby
we could do with some of that in the Premier League, couldn't we? That'd make it a bit more interesting. That'd give
especially so anyway, I've got a lot of Boca mates and I've got a lot of River mates. River Plate.
You haven't got any mates.
Argentinian people that I know very, very well in Spain. And I said to one guy, there's two families, and I'll not mention this.
There's only 3 left alive now, what?
But one of the families is a guy called Diego, and he supports Boca Juniors, and the other guy is a guy called Fernando, and his family supports River. So I naturally bulled up to him yesterday and said, "Oh, are you going to be having a party tonight, and you're going to be watching it with Diego?" And he went, "No, what?" He says, "It's not possible, watching it with the opposition.
Can't do that."
He says, "We can't do it now." And he says, "You wouldn't watch a game with Sunderland supporters?" I said, "Yeah, I would. I'd watch a game with Sunderland friends if I wasn't at the ground. It wouldn't be a problem." And I says, "What's happened? What happens in Buenos Aires? I says, "Are they stabbing each other, knifing each other?" And he goes, "No, it's pistols, guns. They shoot each other at the games, you know."
But it makes it a bit more interesting, like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, imagine that yesterday at that Mank Derby. Do you know what I mean? A few people getting shot.
Oh, good God! But it is. I was looking up last year. There was 18 people murdered at the River Plate Boca Juniors game.
That is
18.
mental.
It's crazy.
Mental.
And there's situations as well where maybe a tourist goes to Argentina, to Buenos Aires, and maybe a family and you go, oh, I like River Plate, I'll get a River Plate shirt, and they put a River Plate shirt on and go to the areas, the different areas. And it was one of the big areas where Carlos Tevez comes from, Fort Apache, to big Boca Juniors on the docks at Buenos Aires. If somebody wanders into there with a River Plate shirt on, the life expectancy is 3 minutes. 3 minutes, you know?
You can do a lot in 3 minutes, you know?
Saying that, talking about that, I don't know which country, it was South American country. Can you remember it World Cup a few years ago, where this guy, did he score an own goal or something? And he went back and he got shot. They killed him.
He was murdered. It was the Colombian he was.
Was he Colombian?
Yeah, and he did. Yeah, quite right. He scored a goal.
He scored an own goal. And they went out.
But do you know the reason that he was murdered? Do you know the reason he was murdered? Because the Colombian mafia had a big on the result of the game. And they sent a hitman after him, killed him, shot him in a car park. Incredible.
The crazy of South Americans.
Yeah. Thomas Huntington's watching. Do you know him? Robin Hamilton is watching as well. Hello, lads. Hello, Robin. Hello, Thomas. We're here on a Monday night at the Union Jack Bar 2 in Benidorm with Sonny, the main man. What are you doing, man, Big Dunk?
I'm putting a tweet out.
Get off the porn sites, man.
Will you? That we're on air now.
That's RedTube. That's one of them porn sites, isn't it?
Ex-Hamster's best for that.
Ex-Hamster.
Pornhub. Pornhub.
Right, listen, now we're going to go through these.
Yes, we've got to talk about the match. We've already talked about the Arsenal Wolves one. Do you want to go any more on that?
I've done a bit of Liverpool for them. I don't think we need to.
Well, hang on a minute. Just fucking calm down a minute. Hang on a minute.
Well, get off your phone and we can start talking.
Get off Pornhub.
I'm being professional. I'm putting it out, aren't I?
Get off Ex-Hamster.
That's what I'm saying.
What's Ex-Hamster?
Hang on a minute. I didn't see this.
What?
Ex-Hamster.
You two are perverts.
Yeah, of course we are, yeah.
Absolute fucking
perverts. Look, here. Listen, this Arsenal game, Wolves game, right? Was that a fair result? I want to know that first.
I think Wolves should have won. I think
really.
I honestly think Wolves should have won.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. It was that bad.
Well, it wasn't
from an Arsenal point of view. I mean,
no, it wasn't a bad game. It was. I watched highlights last night. I actually stayed up last night till 12 o'clock Spanish time.
Yeah.
And watched the highlights of them 4 games yesterday.
Right.
And it was a decent enough game.
That is a very decent point in the Union Jack too.
I'm talking about
very decent. Sorry.
Mkhitaryan scored.
As I say, Wolves were winning up to 86 minutes, and Arsenal scored.
That is killer.
But saying that, after that, Wolves must have had 3 or 4 clear-cut chances on break where they should have scored. They were very, very unfortunate.
Brilliant.
I would say, don't get me wrong, Arsenal. They weren't all over Arsenal. Arsenal had the chances as well, done.
Yeah.
But I think all in all, I'm looking at the play right across the 95 minutes, I think Wolves deserved to win.
Yeah.
They really played well.
And that's soul destroying to have that to have led for all that time and then
4 minutes before the end, yeah.
And Nunes, Espirito Santos.
Yeah. Sets them up well, doesn't he?
He sets them up well. But he said after the match that he says, 86 minutes. He says, but I'm happy with the draw. I was really happy. He says, you come to places like that.
Well, you have to be.
You
have to be.
They'd have took that, wouldn't they?
And then the interview a couple of players after it, and they went, no,
they weren't happy.
No, they weren't happy. They said that they should have won. So, Wolves played very, very well. Yeah.
Right. Next game.
Well, we'll go on to Chelsea Everton.
Right.
Do we have to?
Yeah, 0-0.
Because that was pooh.
And as I say, I watched highlights on that. Chelsea, far, far better side. Really should have won that game. They had more chances than Everton. I think they had 2/3 of the play to 1/3 Everton. Although Everton dug in, they defended well, but Chelsea had the chances. But if you don't put the ball away, you don't win there.
I think did they not have a goal chalked off offside that shouldn't have been offside?
Well,
they hit the post twice.
I think when it showed you the offside goal, I think possibly it was probably offside by about
Yeah.
Half an
A
inch.
lot of VAR decisions this week.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
If that goal that was chucked off for Chelsea had gone to VAR, they would have upheld their linesman's decision. It would have been offside. They wouldn't have reversed it.
We need that VAR.
Yeah, they do.
I watch
100%.
I watch my my lads sometimes playing on the PlayStation, and they have the offside line, and it's perfect, and it works every time. It's faultless. It's 100% accurate. And I sometimes think, and I say that wasn't offside. I'm watching the
even on the PlayStation.
Yeah. I said that wasn't offside, and he goes, "Dad, it doesn't get it wrong. It's correct."
Yeah.
And then it shows you in slow motion, and you think, "Yeah." And I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, they can sort that out for a PlayStation. Why can't they sort it out for the richest league in the world?
Well, they
it's a
can't.
good point.
Let's bring
Why
VAR
can't
in.
they? Why can't they? Why can't they have an automatic
Well, they have the VAR
offside
as
system?
We all said, didn't we? Sorry to interrupt. We all said, didn't we? World Cup. We thought, all right, they got
Went into it, didn't like it, the idea of it,
they
mate.
got an odd few things wrong, an odd one.
And some stuff was let go, wasn't it?
It outweighed the good decision.
I actually found it exciting.
And it was
Yes.
when there was a review.
entertaining. Yeah.
And as long, the thing is, it's like we said, as long as the crowd knows what's happening,
That's
this
it.
is where they'll have to put screens in.
It could be
and
communication.
have the communication. Even if they don't have the screens, if they can, as long as they can listen to the VAR room talking to the referee.
It's going to be hard, you know, even with the screens, because if you haven't got the audio to hear what they're actually
It's the
saying,
audio you want.
because you could be looking at like a screen and from each stadium, and
Here's
people,
the Arsenal goal. Look.
what are they looking
Oh,
for?
no, it wasn't. He missed it.
You know, if you're at stadium, you might be thinking, what are they actually reviewing it for? Because you haven't got the benefit of hearing it, you can't see maybe close up the lines of what they're doing. And if someone's maybe pulled someone in the area or something like that, you might not necessarily be able to see that in a stadium. So, do they need an audio?
Yes,
thing
it's the
next?
audio you want. It is the audio. The audio you
Is
want.
that the next thing? Are they going to wire people up so you can
They're
actually
wired up
listen
anyway, Doug.
to
They're
commentary?
already wired up. I mean, they're wired up to talk to the
No, but will there be a time when supporters have the option of popping along with a device to listen to commentary of the game?
Well, why can't they?
That'd be pretty cool.
why
They're
can't-
stupid, don't they?
No, when I say it's wired up, why can't they put all the stadium?
You mean the referee and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't work for the speakers, I don't think, because it's the system. I think it would echo, and you probably won't hear it. And they're worried about people the swearing on the pitch and things like that. I think the broadcasters aren't they? So I think, but maybe the option of an earpiece like they do at the snooker, to listen to the commentary or something like that. I'd quite like that if I was at a game to be able to have that ability to listen.
I think
having a wireless.
well, you can.
Some people take a radio in, don't they?
You can. Yeah, exactly. And we've all got radio apps on the phone these days.
Yeah, that's the point.
And
Maybe
you can all
that's
go in the email
it.
and that.
So maybe
And
that's the thing.
It's as simple as that. When I go to Newcastle games, and I go 2 or 3 times a year, there's a lot of people, I see them with the earpieces in, and they're listening to like Radio Newcastle or Metro Radio.
So maybe that's the
and they're
next
getting
thing
commentary.
then. So you don't need to buy a
It's easy.
special device.
You can do
Take
that.
your own phone. You connect to Wi-Fi in the stadium. That's where it's connected to some sort of audio commentary. And if that's being relayed to you in the stadium, they've cracked it. I think.
Yeah.
Surely all this must be being talked about anyway, not just like.
I don't know, but they're thick as shit, though, aren't there? Some
But
of
there's
these
so
organisations.
many things that we as football supporters deem so obvious.
Yeah.
VAR for one, the automatic offside rule. You know, did you see that? Well, we already talked about it, but fuck me, did you see Raheem Sterling's penalty the other night?
Oh, we talked about
I
that
mean,
on
it was just
on the radio show,
scandalous.
didn't
We talked about it on Saturday. It was absolutely scandalous. I mean, the guy was a yard
I mean,
from him.
a team could,
and they got it wrong.
be relegated because of a decision like
Where's
that.
the
at end of
fourth man?
season. Come
Where's
on.
the fourth
Yeah.
referee? Where's the fourth official? What the fuck's he doing?
Well,
Yeah.
it's in
Before
every
the
other
visual.
sport now. I mean,
What's he doing?
It's like we said, it's in every other sport. It's in rugby union, it's in rugby league, it's in cricket, it's in tennis, it's in every other sport.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
No arguments.
no arguments.
Well, it's like they've been scared of introducing it for years, isn't it? It's like for some reason.
Do you know what the reason is?
Go on.
Well, they're waiting for the company that can do this, and there's several companies that can do these automatics, the VARs and that. And what happens is that, and how do I term this? I term this as, from a legal point of view, no intention.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that was the word I'm going. And FIFA haven't been given enough money in their back pockets to adopt
To give
the
the contract to
system
someone.
to give the contract
To buy the
somebody.
technology.
So
yeah.
Without prejudice, that was the words I
That
was
was
going
what
to
you're
say.
saying,
Without
so-
prejudice.
It's the same as all everything.
They haven't been given the fiddle money yet. They haven't been given the
It comes
fiddle
down to
money.
the old story in football, in the top class football all over the world, FIFA and all that. It comes down to money.
Absolutely, 100%. Fiddled from
But it
FIFA.
will come.
John Bryson joined from Keswick in the Lake District.
Hiya, John.
He's a regular fan
There
of
he
us.
is, John,
The only
yeah.
thing wrong with him, he's a Scouse Liverpool supporter.
Robin.
Listen, it's from my neck of
Thomas.
it once. Leave the boy alone.
Yeah.
All right, John.
Robin Hamilton's joined.
Right, where were
Sandra
we?
Gregory's joined. Thomas
So we've
Huntington's
done
joined.
Chelsea,
Where
we've done
were?
Arsenal.
When will we go to Newcastle?
Liverpool. No,
Not
in
Liverpool again.
Liverpool. Not a lot to be said, don't you?
No, I didn't enjoy it, mate. To be honest, I know
No.
it was. I'm getting the information up here. I didn't enjoy it. Like I say, I just thought the atmosphere was naff. I just didn't enjoy the game. It was just straightforward victory. I think I predicted 3-0 at the weekend. I think was it 3-0 for you as well?
Yeah.
I said 4-0.
Yeah, I thought we might see a bit more action in it. Like,
Do we
They
have,
got-
do
they
we
got
have to mention the predictions?
no, we don't mention that.
Because
no.
you were last this weekend.
Yeah, well, that makes a change. Doesn't it? I've got to let someone have a go.
Right, so we'll move on from Liverpool.
Is that
No,
it? All
we
right,
won't.
hang on a minute.
No, we won't. No, John Bryson, I don't know, you're obviously on your laptop. Give her a little text, give her a little type, because I know you watch every Liverpool game. Just give her a couple of little lines of how you thought Liverpool played. These lads, John Bryson, it's not the only thing wrong with me, Ken Harvey, lads. Tell her how they played. Tell her how they played.
Liverpool played well.
I think at the end of the day, they got the win.
They played
brilliant.
well.
What I'm saying is, I was just like, you know, it just, I don't know, it's just it seemed like a graveyard. I want some fucking atmosphere, mate, man. Do you know what I mean?
But
Especially on a Sunday.
when you've got a gulf between two sides, how are you
Yeah.
going to get that? It's not like when you play at top at league class where there is a bit of biting.
It was
and
like
you
watching.
kick each
It was
other.
like listening or watching to a kick around on a Sunday league match. Do you know what I mean?
No, that was the Man City Man United game. We'll talk about that in a
we'll get
minute.
to that in a minute. Yeah, but I don't think there's much to talk about, is there, with the Liverpool game? Obviously, Salah has scored, and that's important. He's 6th of the season, I think.
The one debatable, the one.
I'm going to have a right go at you two in a minute
Just-
because you sound so miserable.
No,
Your
just-
team's right on the verge of championship, of winning the championship.
Yeah,
Just
but
shut the fuck up a minute. Listen to me. Now, as I say, I watched the highlights last night. Did you see Liverpool's goal? Right, I'll tell you what happened. The cross come across, right?
The cross come across.
The Fulham, and he scored, but he gave offside. Okay. Now, the Fulham players were arguing, right? And Alisson put the ball down, put it out back at net, threw it down, and he cleared it to right wing, right? And as he kicked the ball, it was still moving.
Yeah.
Right? Only a fraction, but it was.
It's not allowed to
Right?
be, is it?
No. And it went up to right wing. I can't remember who it was. I don't know. It was irrespective of it was on the right wing. I can't remember. And he played it straight forward to Salah, and it was within 9 seconds that Salah put it back at net from them scoring that goal.
That's no fucking around, that, is it?
Right,
That's getting
now-
on with
now-
it.
It was 15 seconds actually.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, it was 15.
No, it wasn't. It was less. I watched it last night.
I'm never wrong, Steve.
You are. Anyway, irrespective of how long it was, they had the debate last night on Match of Day 2, which Shearer went, it shouldn't have been allowed because the ball was moving. And they debated the offside and said, well, perhaps it was offside by that much. But if we'd have had VAR in, would they have looked at that?
It depends on the VAR only covers certain things.
Certain things, yeah, you're right, it does. Anyway, that was Liverpool's first goal. But I think anyway, they were in second gear, like you said. There was no.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
if they'd have had to, if you had to score,
these are results in the past. Liverpool playing a team that they should back like under Brendan Rodgers and that, where you would maybe.
They were drawing. They were drawing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they've won it. They've got it. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
They've got the 3 points. That is all that matters.
Yeah.
Sonny, turn it down a bit, man.
Um,
John Bryson, we're going well, but we'll not catch City. Worst bit of the weekend was the disallowed try versus the All Blacks.
Absolutely disgraceful, that, mate. I watched that. Diversify a bit to rugby union.
Big rugby fan, this fella.
100% agree with you. We were robbed.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's a different
But
story.
one thing, going on about the football again, one thing 100% John Bryson is correct with is we are going well, but we'll not catch City.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Wonderful
if you look at the league table, I mean, yeah, when Man City won that game yesterday, that to me, I just felt I'd have won league now. Do you know, that's how I felt after that game. And you look at league table, Liverpool are 2 points behind. Like you see, Man City are top, right, and playing brilliant. Yeah, Liverpool are second and are not playing brilliant, in my opinion.
That's a fair point.
Where would Liverpool be if they had just a bit more? There's just something. It's hard because people say, "How can you complain? You won 2, that's great." But there's just, I don't know. I just feel if they.
Where would Liverpool be though if the Man City guy hadn't missed that penalty in the last minute?
A bit behind.
There would be about 6 points behind, wouldn't it?
Well,
and then that wouldn't happen. It's not going to happen. Listen, let's get on to that game.
Can I just say that before we move on, we've got Man City 32 points, Liverpool 30, Chelsea 28, Tottenham 27, Arsenal 24. It's tight up there, isn't it? And this is what we want to see. I think any football fan, you obviously want your team to do well, but you don't want anyone to piss it here. You don't want anyone to run away with it. So I hope it stays narrow so later on in the season we start to see a few teams challenging for it.
This is what we were saying last Saturday and probably the week before that is if the top 3 or 4 sides or 5 sides can keep winning and keep it close, then it comes down to your big matches when they play each other.
Yeah.
And that's what counts. And that's the only way that City will get caught is if these other teams like Liverpool, and Chelsea can keep winning.
If they can pin them down a bit.
Pin them down and keep on the shirt tails, even if it's only 1 point, 2 points, or even 3 points. Then it comes down to the big games when all these top sides play City.
Yeah.
Because then you've got to you've got to start beating City, and that is the only way you catch them.
Would you consider Manchester United the top side? And with it, I know it's a derby game and anything can happen.
Now,
should that have been? I think that's what we all expected to happen, wasn't it?
Well, I predicted 3-1.
Did you?
I predicted 7-1.
You predicted a draw, didn't you?
I think I went safety, didn't I? I think I went 1-1, I think.
Yeah. Now listen, I'll tell you what, lads,
3-1.
watching the first 15 minutes of that game, I thought, hey, this could be a 7-1. I mean, Man City were running right now. What Man City have this season, and I've told you before, they have this unenviable ability to switch gears. It's almost as if they're just playing in snatches. They're going up hills and they're changing gear. The first 15 minutes of that game yesterday, do you know how many passes Man United had? In 6 in 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes of the game,
4
6 passes.
6, yeah.
They had 6 passes. Do you know how many Man City had? 94. 94. It was incredible. But I have to tell you, and Mourinho's had another moan. Another moan about.
What was he moaning about?
He says we had 2 tough games this week, and Man City had 2 friendlies because they won both games 6-0. I mean, incredible shit that he pours out week after week after week.
He said you had it
incredible. Yeah, because we've had to go to Juventus, and we've had a hard game against. Who did they play last weekend? Bournemouth. It was a Bournemouth. They got a 2-1 win, and they got a goal in the last minute. We've had 2 hard away games. Man City's had 2 friendlies. That was his very words.
Right.
Now, listen, that goal, the third goal, 44 passes. Man City, that was a training game. It wasn't a
different class, isn't it? Different class.
It wasn't. No, watch it. There's no Man United player wanted to win that ball.
They didn't press
in
them.
44
they
passes.
Didn't challenge them. They
didn't do anything. They just stood off them and done nothing.
Yeah.
And it was. I think I watched Match of the Day as well, and I think it was Alan Shearer that said it was like a training game where the manager said to Man United, "Okay, lads, it's only a training game, so I don't want you to go flying in to get hurt." And every Man United player stood off that Man City team and allowed them 44 passes, which eventually ended up in the goal. And I'll tell you something, we laughed about my 7-1 prediction. It could have been 7-1 there yesterday.
But right from kick-off, what was the time that they scored the first goal, City? It was early,
6 minutes.
Right, and the commentator said, and in that 6 minutes, Scotty, United just sat back, right? And they did exactly what we said they might do. They were trying to park the bus. Mm-hmm. And even the commentator said,
"Parking a bus in a Manchester fucking town."
Listen to me. That's what the commentator said. He says, well, if United have come here to sit back, that's just upset the whole concept of the game. Now, they'll have to do something about it. And another stat that come out of that game, it was 3-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man United scored, didn't they? From a penalty. That is the only shot they had on that game.
Yeah, on target. The only shot on target.
That is terrible.
It's a scandalous state of affairs. And Mourinho moaning. Listen, the gulf in class between Man City and Man United at this time is that wide. It's massive. There's only 12 points after 12 games. Doesn't sound a lot, but it's massive. And when you look, sorry, Big Dump is going. When you look at how much Man United spend and Man City spend, the highest wage earners in the division, the likes of Sanchez, the likes of Lukaku. Listen, Mourinho, you fucked up, son.
Listen.
You've totally fucked. Where was Fred yesterday? Well, what's he doing? There's 60 million pounds worth of shit sitting on a bench. What's he doing? Well, why wasn't Fred in there?
You say it's only
He couldn't play Pogba.
You say it's only 12 points.
It'd have been better playing.
It's only
Fred
12 points.
Flintstone,
That means that City have to lose 4 and United to win every game.
Exactly.
Right?
They're miles away.
To catch them.
They're miles away.
They're miles away.
If you're a Man United fan, how are you thinking that game is the most important game for you? That and Liverpool, I would say. The Manc derby, you know what a derby's like. And imagine seeing your team. You don't care if your team goes down if they're given everything. But what if you go out there and you see that negativity and you don't see that passion? That's heartbreak.
I don't think they had any passion.
That's what I mean. So as a Man United fan, how would you be feeling?
The Flying Pigs just summed it up. No shots on goal apart from a penalty.
How is that even possible?
No shots on goal.
Because they were crap.
Shit.
They were fucking crap.
And the good thing that I saw there is it was Sir Alex was in the stand, wasn't he? Sir Alex, and they showed him, so it was good to see him back because obviously he was very poorly. There was a lot of concern about him.
Well, he's been back.
So yeah, but it was still nice to see him. It's the first time I've seen him
He
since.
didn't look very happy though.
But what's he thinking up there?
That is thinking,
I'd have put 10 years on him.
I'll
Terrible.
tell you something now. I honestly think no United fans will be happy till Mourinho's gone.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think he's. I don't really honestly think he's interested. It's just coming up with excuse after excuse after excuse. And they're just. Again,
Shit.
I don't think that the players want to play for him.
No.
They're all saying, we're a happy camp, we're a happy camp. I don't think it is a happy camp.
He was obviously, he was furious in the summer, wasn't he, that he didn't get backed with a central defender and all that. But
he spent hundreds of millions on that.
Exactly. Would you be backing him? Would you be giving him?
You're talking about the midfield. He spent how much? It was 94 million Pogba, 61 million Fred. I mean, Jesus Christ, what does he want?
Well, they're secondary spenders.
Yeah, second apart from Man City.
And then he's still turning around and saying, well, we can't compete with Man City because I have enough money to buy players with.
Well, they were saying that the suggestion was that the board don't want to back him too much with certain things. Because,
don't want to back him too much?
No, listen. They didn't want to back him further in the summer because they think that he's the sort of person that will throw money around for a short-term fix and that they want to get back to the mentality at Old Trafford of buying players for the long term, and he's not long term, is he? So they want to be investing in players that are going to be there for 6, 7, 8 years or whatever, and he's not going to be there for 6, 7, 8 years.
I can understand what you're saying there, Doug, but they will never ever United will never ever get back to how they were under Alex Ferguson.
No,
he had an exceptional side that all grew up together.
So what's the answer if you're a United fan? Who are you looking for?
I don't know.
Are they really?
I'm not interested, and in fact, I'm enjoying it. To be perfectly honest.
Are they really going to be happy with just plodding along and like obviously they got that Juventus victory?
What position are they now? 10th in the league.
They're 8th, I think.
I'll get the league table up now.
But no.
8th, 20 points.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you both a question?
You can ask it, but don't know if I'll answer it.
You will answer it. Do you think Mourinho will still be the manager at the end of the season?
No.
God.
Do you think he'll last the season?
I don't think he'll last till Christmas.
We're not Christmas yet.
Callum said they won't be here after
he said
Christmas. He said that last season. At the beginning of the
Spanish lad Callum said it wouldn't be here at Christmas.
Yeah.
He might be, but I don't think he'll last the season, I really honestly don't.
I honestly don't know, mate. I mean, I'm not being funny, but 8 for Manchester United is crisis.
It's abominable.
But it's for their standards, 8th is crisis.
Especially after the money they've spent and everything.
I'll give
But
you a better one.
It's joint 6 if you want to be.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but I'll give you a better one. The scrape the win against Bournemouth last week. If it hadn't have been for that last-minute goal, they would have been down to 10th or 11th.
That's what I mean.
You know.
So he's you're right. I mean, things don't look good there, do they? For a lot of other clubs would be happy with that position, but we're talking about Manchester United, and we're talking about all that investment, and something's got to change. And I just think even though I can't stand Manchester United, traditionally, like Liverpool, they're a team that have always attacked, they've always had great strikers, and they don't go and defend anyway. That's what you would think of Manchester United.
That's
nowhere.
That's why the Man United fans aren't happy. Of course they are. Listen, lads,
We've
exhausted the Man United Man City derby.
You want to get onto the Newcastle game?
Yeah,
that's all you're.
I was going to say that's the Sunday matches that we've taken care of. We're going to go into the Saturday.
We're going to take a small break.
We're taking a break.
We're going to take a small break
for about 2 minutes. Yeah.
Because the Flying Pig is nearly 74 now, and he's got a slightly weak little bladder.
We should leave this rolling though, I think, and then it don't have to start as a new thing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, leave it rolling.
Keep it going.
It's not
and then you just edit it out.
Yes, just leave this rolling.
The 3
I was going
pundits
for a couple of pints, mate. That's all.
The Union Jack bar off for a little point Percy at the porcelain.
Don't be too long. Right, I can finally tweet out of the show now.
Yeah, why not?
They can't. They've got it. You know what I mean? They're not professional. These lot. Honestly, these two. They need a drink. They need to go for a toilet run. You know, they need to do all this stuff. Sat here drinking pints.
I'm coming.
Hey, here he is.
Is he pissed? We'll get him in. We'll bring him in this after we've had a little bit of crack on. We're back, lads. We're back.
Are we ready to go again?
Hey, we've got another glass full.
Right, we're back.
Back live once again from the Union Jack Bar in Benidorm, having a wee beer, discussing the weekend's football. We are, as I say, live from Union Jack Bar Benidorm in association with Radio 1 Benidorm. We are on YouTube Live. We're on Facebook Live, the 3 Pundits Media. Is that good?
Twitter, iTunes, podcast apps, everything.
Now up to, I believe, about 5,500 downloads a day on podcast and 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes,
the Rabbis came in, the Tottenham Rabbis come in, and we reckon he's a bit pissed, Sonny, isn't he? He's been in its Benidorm Fiestas this week. He's slaughtered, is he? We'll have to get him on here. Get him minging on there. Right, what?
Can you do your impression of him before he comes back?
What is it?
It's done and dusted. Arsenal, you little fuckers. You little North London fuckers. It's done and dusted.
Done and dusted, you can.
Right, are we going to get into Saturday?
Hey, Rabbi! I was coming in.
Are we going to get into Saturday game? How are we going to get the Rabbi in?
This is the famous Tottenham Rabbi.
Oh, fucking hell. And I told you. Where am I, you cunts?
There we go. Here's a rabbi.
On our extreme right is the Tottenham Rabbi. What's them things you've got in your head, son?
Mate, I have been pulling crumpet all over.
You've been pulling crumpet?
Pulling yourself.
What have you been
No, seriously, mate.
No, seriously.
I've been down Chicky fucking beach.
Listen to
The
me.
fucking birds down there, mate.
If you've been pulling crumpet, what are you doing back here, Wheels?
Oh, Sonny, he's fucking winding me up there.
Right, listen, Rabbi, I want you to do something for me.
Yeah.
I watched your video this morning.
You loved it, didn't you?
Oh, man. That was the best one you've done. The 2-minute silence stuff.
Listen,
Hey, are you-
Arsenal fans, right, I'm going to say something to you.
I was going to
right?
say, I was going to read it.
If I had a hat, I would take it off. Respect to you, Arsenal fans. Listen, 2-minute silence, mate, you was brilliant. For 86 minutes, Arsenal fans, you was silent. It was only meant to be for 2 minutes. And you scored. You scraped a point. And then the cheer went up, and I thought, well, 86 minutes, respect to them. They've scraped a point. Arsenal, you're done and dusted. I'm going to Paul Merson. Paul Merson, see him. Oh, forget him, mate. I'm going with Kenny. I'm going with the Flying Pig. I'm going with you, Duncan. Listen, we're going to smash that geezer all over. He's done and dusted. He's a gooner, mate. Do you know what I mean? So listen, I've only joined here, right? I've been on a piss tonight. I've done that tonight.
You don't say it.
But listen, Tottenham getting results without playing good. We're still up there. And Newcastle had a good week. Geordie boy.
No, we haven't spoken.
And I'm proud, Kenny. Geordie boy comes in my bar. Good on him. Up the Geordie.
Question for you.
I support the Geordies as well.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Rabbi, you always get these
Yeah.
questions right.
Oh.
Listen, 3 teams in November in the Premiership, 100% record. Which 3 teams?
Newcastle.
Correct, he's got it, boy. Who else?
Cardiff.
No.
Cardiff.
Cardiff.
I'll give you a clue. You like
Man
them.
City.
Man City and Tottenham. 3 teams, 100% record. Tottenham.
Right, can I just
Newcastle.
And we're not playing good. We're not playing
Now
good.
this is what the lads were saying the same with Liverpool.
Yeah, not playing
They're not
good,
playing
mate.
good.
But Liverpool, I'm worried about Liverpool because they're on fire.
We're
Listen,
on fire.
yeah, I've said it all
I don't
along.
say we're on
The
fire.
team, listen, my Tottenham will win the league this year. But I'm going to tell you something. Do you know they're
It's
going
on
to be their
drugs.
biggest rivals that we got to watch out for? And Liverpool, not Man City, not Man United, not Chelsea, not Arsenal, not this one, not that one. It's Liverpool.
The thing we really believe
Yeah, I
that.
swear to God. I swear.
You've obviously
Because-
never seen Man City this season.
No, Tottenham have not hit form yet.
Neither
When
has
they do, they're going to change their play. And listen, Premier League, you don't know, you don't realise what's going to hit you. When Pochettino changes his tactics, high playing.
How did he
I'm
pronounce
telling
Pochettino correctly with the amount of drink he's had?
Well, he can't pronounce it right when he's sober. Now he's pissed. He's all right.
But listen, with all that great results today, Liverpool,
Yeah.
Newcastle,
Yeah.
you're Liverpool, I'm Tottenham. We're a happy fucking.
And the scum got beat. Come on.
No, the Scum didn't get beat, but they drew one.
No,
on.
Man United.
No,
he's on
Man
about.
United.
Oh, Man United.
I'm not about Arsenal. I'm on about Man United.
Everyone's got a different version of
Yeah.
the
So
score.
anyway, on to Newcastle United.
No. Come
What? Who are we discussing now?
on. We're going to go down the list.
Oh,
You know
we haven't mentioned Tottenham yet, have we?
No, we're going to go down the list. Right.
Can I have a W?
We're reviewing.
Right, Cardiff and Brighton.
Cardiff and
So
Brighton.
that's a good result for Cardiff.
Cardiff and Brighton. Cardiff 2, Brighton 1.
Right, shit game. Let's move on.
No, I tell you what, it wasn't a shit game. It was a cracking game.
Brighton were 1-0 up.
Brighton were 1-0 up.
Do you know what?
Cardiff played well.
Cardiff
Yeah,
have hit two games on the trot.
Neil Warnock's 100th game in charge.
I think West
The
Ham have
team's
got to
still
watch
shit.
out. West Ham have got to
I saw his
Yeah.
interview after it, and he says people were asking if we can hit Europe now. He said, I don't think we might quite make that. Right, tongue in cheek, and he was all right actually. He was quite
Still a
amiable.
twat.
He's all right.
Yeah, Warnock. Can't stand him.
I can't stand the gadget.
Do
Anyway,
you know what? Ian Warnock, but he does take over a
Called
team.
Neil, by the way.
He's Neil. He does take over a team, and and Roy Hodgson, he got food and this and that. Listen, Crystal Palace fans, remember last year, bottom of the league, Hodgson took you over, got you up there, then he gets booed. What do you want? You're never going to win the league, are you? Never going to win the league.
Neil Warnock's exactly the same. He took over
Mike
Cardiff when they were second bottom of
Never
the
win the league
championship.
these days. What do these
Second
people want?
bottom of the championship when he took Cardiff over. He's took them into the Premiership. Okay, they're in the bottom bit of the table, but
It's promotion, man, isn't it? Don't you not think?
yeah.
hey, listen, just
Oh, we've got these lights on
just
again.
a
What's
minute,
happening?
just we all said that Cardiff are doomed. They've had a couple of decent results. I think it's going to be tight down at that bottom.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, again, Huddersfield. Right, we'll go from Cardiff and Brighton. We'll discuss that. The next game's Huddersfield, West Ham. Huddersfield won last week, 1-0.
Played well.
Played well. They played West Ham this weekend. Another, your London rivals, West Ham. And Huddersfield, they were 1-0. West Ham equalised. Again, these teams are fighting. They're fighting. They're starting to fight.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no smoking on camera, I'm afraid.
oh, sorry.
Come on, lads. No drinking on camera either.
No.
Right, well,
Give us a line, you fucker. Listen, Arsenal, you done and done.
No,
Give them a light.
we're not talking about Arsenal yet. We haven't got to their game. We'll discuss their game. We're too late. So Huddersfield, West Ham, done.
Didn't see anything, mate.
No.
Huddersfield, like you're saying there, Cardiff, Huddersfield, Fulham at the bottom. Huddersfield are second from bottom now.
But it's tight. It's quite tight down at the
Yeah.
bottom. Down. Can you give us
It
points?
is. Well, if you look, you start at the very bottom, Fulham 5, Huddersfield 7, Cardiff 8, and then you've got Palace and Southampton on 8, and Newcastle and Burnley on 9.
No, it's Burnley and Newcastle, not Newcastle and Burnley. Just stop nicking the place off with Big Dog, will you?
Listen to me.
Fuck's sake.
What I'm saying is, 2 weeks ago, Cardiff were dead and buried. They hadn't a cat in Elstrons, according to our Pundits panel.
That's seven teams there all within that.
But what I'm saying is, Cardiff were dead and buried 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
They're still in the mix because they've had. They've taken 4 points.
Well,
out
one
of 2
more,
games.
another win and a bit, shuffle. They could jump
Exactly
up
what
to
I'm saying. It's closing
14
up.
for something
But
like that. You know what I
isn't
mean?
it tight up that top there?
It's tight at the top. Yeah.
Tight at the top, tight at the bottom.
Listen, it's tight, isn't it? I've never seen it like this.
No, we were saying earlier, let's hope it stays
Never
like that.
seen it like this
No,
before.
this is what we want.
Listen, lads, listen, you're all fucking deluded. Right, Man City are going to win this league
yes.
by about 15 points.
No, they're not.
Mate,
Not this year.
listen,
15
you're on
points.
drugs. You know why?
They are
You've won
a
2
different
matches,
class.
Ken. You've won 2 matches, you were on drugs.
No, I'm not about Newcastle.
You're on the sky high.
I'm on about Man City.
Newcastle run. You're
They
on
are
drugs.
going to win this
Man
league
City,
by a fucking
nah.
country mile.
It's either Liverpool or
Country mile.
Listen to me.
Liverpool or Tottenham.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. I want you to come back on that now to Scotty.
Right, go on.
I don't agree with him. I think he's
Country
talking,
mile.
he's
No.
talking a lot of
Well,
bollocks.
I thought yesterday after the beat, the scrum after the beat Man United, in my head I thought, right, they've got it, the league or whatever. But they're only 2 points clear of Liverpool. And Liverpool are playing not the best. So I would agree with
Come
you.
on, get
I
your
don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're
You're
gonna.
leaning right out the way.
I don't think they're gonna do that again this year. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna piss it, mate. I think
No,
there's
they're
too
not
many. There's
pissing
too
it.
many teams at the top there that will, like you were saying earlier, when the big teams take them on, maybe. If they can just drop a couple, it changes.
they're a different
I
class.
think they are the team that you're looking that they're more than likely to win the league, and they're the ones to catch. But exactly what you just said, what I mentioned earlier on is when you start to play the top sides, they only have to have a little bit of a bad run of a couple of games,
Yeah.
or you start dropping points against the top 4 or 5 sides,
Right.
then it can all change.
No one's
As long as,
Yeah.
as long as the other teams keep winning.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. To stay in touch with City is you've got to be consistent and keep winning your games against the mediocre sides.
May I say
Because if you
something?
start losing points against them, you're knackered.
Rabbi,
I've only just come in, the frying pig.
what's this you haven't watched?
It's vodka and a WKD. It's the Rabbi juice, it's called.
Right, go.
Right? The frying pig makes a great steak pie. Chips and peas. Right?
Up the Union Jack too,
Up the
Benidorm.
Union Jack too. But I've got to say, I looked at the table today. Man United. Have you talked about Man United? What's happening to Manchester United?
We'll ask you what we debated earlier. Do you think he'll be there at the end of the season?
No. 100%
Do you think he'll be gone before it's finished?
Yeah.
Really?
He's under pressure. The fella's under pressure. Listen, they've lost against their big rivals. They're in trouble. No, not in trouble. They're not going to go down.
But it's crisis.
They're not going to get top 4.
Crisis, though.
They're
Crisis for Man United.
They're in crisis.
Man United
Listen,
at 8th.
and what I say to people is, right, Alex Ferguson was a great manager. And he retired, and you're struggling because you haven't found that manager that you... Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Arsenal fans, you're going to struggle as well. Arsene Wenger was good for you.
Yeah.
Right? Arsene Wenger was good for you. Now the cracks are starting appearing, like Man United. Right? Listen.
You're fucking done and dusted.
I 100% agree with you there. What you're saying about Alex Ferguson, about
Yeah, he
Arsene
was a
Wenger.
great
But let me
manager.
say one thing about Man United. They put David Moyes in charge. He was on a 9-0 before he even played one game because of Alex Ferguson's achievements, right? Over the 15, 18, I can't remember how many years he was there. He was on a 9-0 because
I think everyone was anyway.
because he thought it wouldn't have mattered whether it was David Moyes or anybody. And they give him 9 months. You've got to give some. He had to, and you know something? I honestly think that Ferguson fucking well got out at the right time. He knew what he was doing because he knew that all his players that carried him through them 12, 15 years, that team that he brought up all you know.
They were lucky to win that.
Right. And they all come through together, and he could see that team starting to break up. And he thought, okay, all right, it was getting old. Don't get me wrong. They probably needed to get out. But he said, right, Mike, now it's my time to go now, right? Because this team's got. So somebody who's going to come in now is going to have to start rebuilding.
Who comes in next then?
No, what I'm trying to say is, just Moyes coming.
But I think they're
He
giving
had to
him
start
time.
rebuilding, and they didn't give him a chance.
I think they're
9
giving.
months. How can you give somebody 9 months to start rebuilding?
When are we
side?
going to talk about Newcastle's
Right.
game?
Okay, we've talked about United. We've talked about other.
Rondon, there's only one Rondon.
Just hang on. We're on to Leicester, Burnley now, which will not take long.
I hate these officials.
Leicester Road.
Listen,
I hate these FIFA officials.
Leicester, Burnley.
Not
Who won that?
Leicester 0, Burnley
0-0.
0-0.
So can you sort these lights out?
I
Please? The
think-
cameras just do not liking them. They're yellow one minute, they're purple the next, they're pink the next minute.
I think it
They're
makes,
red now.
I think it makes us look quite attractive. But
You know what, guys?
Leicester, just a
I'm going
minute.
to tell you something. If I don't get a nobbing tonight, I mean, I'm so
Listen, you've got your right hand, that's all you need. Listen, Leicester Burnley. It was going to be one of them games, I think, where it was the first home match since the tragedy, which we're not going to go into again. We've talked about it for weeks.
Hey, you're a good anchor man tonight, aren't you,
So-
Flying Pig? You're keeping the discipline in this little.
Well, somebody's got to, because you're all talking shite. So Leicester Burnley been
Who
struggling.
nicked off Fryer?
Burnley been struggling.
I want to know who nicked off Fryer.
I want to know that.
I want to know
Burnley-
who nicked off Fryer.
Burnley have been struggling, so I think that was a good point, Doug, for Burnley away at Leicester.
Yeah. Like you say, it was that emotional game. When I remember we spoke about
Fucking
this
coming in the
depth,
morning
didn't we,
and no
before
Fryer.
before the game.
just
We
a
thought that
basket.
Leicester might be up for it.
Just a pass.
So I didn't see any highlights of the game. I don't know if it's as close, if it's a fair result or whatever.
I think it's a fair result.
You think
yeah.
so?
Yeah.
One of them awful ones, isn't it? Really, you know, when you think about everything surrounding it in the build.
So I think you know.
We're going to Newcastle.
Right. So unfortunately, team. Now we've got to get on to the next game, which is Newcastle.
Rondon,
against-
there's only one Rondon.
You know
There's only one Rondon.
Listen,
What?
the three big matches at the Union Jack, right? Is when Newcastle play, all the Geordie fans turn up. Tottenham fans, they turn up. And I think Man City as well. They're the three main.
Oh, don't worry, you get a few West Hammers in, don't you? Get your few blowing bubbles.
The reason the Man
They're
City
blowing
lads get in is
bubbles up the
because
pairs, and you know what I mean?
there's none of them at the empty hand. That's why they get in here.
Can I just ask you a question, Scotty?
Go on.
You just sat there now, putting your hands in the air because we're talking about Newcastle, singing Rondon, It was not but a week or 2 weeks ago. You were absolutely
You wanted to
slagging Rondon to bits. It's the fucking worst signing we've ever had. Who
Now,
were the fucking
now,
people say?
lads,
Now,
I
come
didn't
on.
say that.
Yes, you did.
I said,
Dunk,
Yeah,
did
he
he?
did, yeah.
I
Did he
said-
say that, Dunk?
Yeah, 20 times at least.
I said the jury's out. I said it's not an accident that every team he's ever played for has been relegated. And let's be honest,
Exactly.
Newcastle's not out of the woods
Yeah,
yet.
no, that won't get rid of it.
But what
No,
a second goal that guy scored.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a
What a
good
header. That was Shearer-esque. And did you see what he done when he scored? Shearer celebration. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
We didn't.
Oh, man.
You don't
Listen,
actually think any of us watched.
And I've got to say,
What?
I'm gonna
Why
take-
not, like?
the Rabbi's going to take his out. Right? And I will,
You haven't got one up.
because I've come in drunk. Sissoko. Fuck me, that player is playing well.
Is he playing well?
Oh, mate,
What?
he's been, how you say, the Rabbi would say, man of the match, 3 games on the
Free games.
3 games. Honestly,
Actually,
Sissoko-
right, we're talking about Newcastle now, not Tottenham. You've had your
he
little
was
spot.
Sissoko.
You've
We
had
haven't
your
got to
little
Tottenham.
spot.
I know we haven't got to Tottenham yet.
All you're interested in tonight's pussy. We know that.
Yeah, pussy. I need pussy tonight.
Right, let's forget. Come on, Newcastle, Bournemouth. Do you think it was a fair result?
Newcastle
No,
Bournemouth.
no, come
Yeah.
on the 90 minutes of the play.
The goalkeeper, Newcastle keeper, made some blinding saves.
He made a couple of good saves, but Newcastle could have been out the side by half time.
I don't
You
know.
know, we're playing well. 2-0 up. Could have been 3-0.
We
could have
need
been 4-0,
Newcastle
you know.
in the Premier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we need Newcastle.
And Sunderland.
Yeah, listen.
And Sunderland and
Sunderland.
Leeds.
Fuck
And
them,
Borough.
Leeds.
And Leeds.
Fuck
Yeah.
Sunderland.
And Leeds.
Fuck the Mackhams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
right,
come on, man, you do.
What
You
about
want
Ackland and Stanley?
we want them up there.
We want them.
you want the derby. Come on, you must miss Newcastle Sunderland games. You must.
Yeah.
No, absolutely 100% no. And I'll tell you why, because they've won the last 5 or 6 of them, the bastards. Philip
Well,
Alcock's joined,
Right, Phil.
still drinking me pint of coffee out of that SD mug. What's that mean?
ST.
It's Dean Mug. I don't know what
Old
it is.
age
What's that,
make
Phil?
you need to visit the toilet more often.
Mate, you
That's because you
That's
got
right, yeah.
You got excited with Newcastle. Philip Alcock.
Mate, the crumpet up at Chicky Beach is fucking.
It's a little Liverpool sign he's got up, so he must
Yeah,
be one of your lads.
it's one
A
of our.
Union Jack.
Is he?
It's one of our. Yeah, it's Phil. He's a good
Right, we'll do Newcastle then.
Is that it?
Done and
Newcastle,
dusted. Get rid of it.
quickest game.
Right, well, a couple left now because time's going on with other things to discuss.
Are we
Southampton, Watford.
bastards?
Right,
What was the score?
1-1.
All right.
Southampton again struggling at the bottom. Watford going well.
Charlie Austin rant.
Charlie
Oh,
Austin
he
went
let Rich in
absolutely berserk,
Quite right as
and
well.
quite rightly so.
Yeah.
Don't usually see that, do you, that passion?
No,
I like
and that was passion.
Did you see that, Rabbi?
What's that?
Charlie Austin from
Charlie Austin, Southampton goal was just now.
interview.
Now listen,
Yeah,
last season Newcastle 1-1 against Man City, exactly the same goal, and one of our guys, one of our midfielders, filed in a shot, went right in the top corner, and there was a Newcastle player standing offside, and they were not interfering with play, and they gave offside.
well, let me
And
say,
Man City
Ken,
went on to score.
may I
and
say
win.
something, Ken? I feel Randy.
just go.
Just go knock one out in the
Listen,
toilet.
I'm just going to say, go and put head off it somewhere. Then. But listen,
Pull the head off it. Listen, Rabbi, there's no
Southampton-
way if you get a pull tonight that you're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
able to do
yeah,
anything.
yeah, I agree and all. Don't we all that down here?
I bought
Anyway.
crumpets tonight.
Yeah.
Mate,
yeah,
I
Listen,
reckon-
what out of fridge? Crumpet out of fridge with a bit of butter in it. And that's all crumpet they'll to be getting down with.
Hey, better don't fiesta.
But yes, we'll finish on Southampton Watford with that rant, and he was
Yeah.
rightly so.
Yeah.
Southampton should have won that, and that was when they were 1-0 up, and that would have put 2-0 that side.
Bastards.
So that was right. Right, the last game.
No, before you say
All right,
that, I just want to make one point. As you know, I'm a football coach. I'm a striker coach. And I just want to say one thing about the player that was standing in the offside
You got to
position. Lazy twat.
Yeah, should have.
Lazy twat.
Yeah.
He was in the offside position. The ball was going around, kick, blah, 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 blah. He had a minute to get himself in an onside position.
Can I just
and
say,
he didn't do it.
Can I just say one thing, Scotty? That the commentators actually on Match of the Day did say that the officials thought that it touched him.
Yeah.
But and that's why they give him offside. And clearly, when it showed you from behind goals, it was that far away from him. But depending on where the officials were, don't play with me.
Yeah.
They might have, thought that it was that close to him. That it might have been great into something. So I don't know. So that's why it was disallowed.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've one more game to discuss over the weekend, and that is Crystal Palace against Tottenham Hotspur.
Right, over to the Rabbi.
Well, we're back. We're fucking up then.
And
We're not playing well.
Oh, we're not playing.
We're not playing well.
We're
We're
not
not
playing
playing
well.
well.
That's
We're
two
not-
games.
Who
Listen,
scored?
I'm fucking
Who scored?
telling you.
Who scored?
Who scored?
His name begins with L. I'm dyslexic.
Lamella.
No, it's not Lamella.
It was, I can't even remember.
Letitia.
No.
Listen,
Lacazette.
Lekin.
Lacazette.
the Argentina boy, right? Listen to your rabbi.
Well,
We're
listen.
fucking playing shit.
But you've been saying that for 4 or 5 weeks
But we're
now.
fucking up there. We're up there.
It was Foyt.
We're up there, Floyd.
Right, it was Floyd.
And he had a
That'd be
terrible
somebody
game in the week.
Keith Floyd.
2 minutes.
One faith. One.
I sat next to you.
Listen, the rabbi's doing fucking mandate. If there's any women
You-
out there who want to get them,
You'll be away getting your fucking women's clothes on tonight again, won't you?
Right, well, you just settle down there and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Right, so, right, guys, listen, we've done all the premierships. We actually, there were some things on Saturday we didn't talk about that we were going to talk about tonight. But I
You're
can't remember
good
what.
hangaman tonight, actually.
Right, I just want to
You're keeping
get.
it together.
I just want to get onto.
He's got no-
I just want to get onto Scottish Premiership.
Go on then.
Just the top two.
Yes.
Have to.
Livingston 0, Celtic 0, which was quite a surprise, Doug.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You're on.
Livingston, you would have expected Celtic to beat Livingston. And Rangers. Oh,
Did anyone
Rangers
watch the X Factor?
7-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. So CVG doing a great job up there, Doug.
I'm just
Brilliant
Just
job.
getting the table up now, mate.
Yeah,
carry
well,
on.
I'll tell you
Rangers
the
are
table.
further 2 points behind Celtic.
Are there just two?
Two.
Well, I thought there were more.
Did anyone watch the X Factor?
No.
No, it was shit.
Yeah.
It was-
We're talking about football,
oh,
Rabbi, not
shit,
X Factor.
man.
You're going to watch this video
Celtic.
back tomorrow,
Eh?
mate.
Celtic
You're
top
gonna say,
26 points, Hearts 26,
Yeah.
Rangers 24.
24. Said 2 points behind.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you
Still
something
not
now.
up 24.
A good thing now is that is closing up as well because
Mhm.
Celtic over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 have been running away with it.
Yeah.
Why have you brought the Scottish Premiership into the
It's
equation
interesting.
now?
Because I just wanted
It's
to bring
becoming
it.
interesting now.
Well, it's not just coming in case, it's because Stevie G's the manager of Rangers.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
but
You know,
the Union Jack supports Glasgow Rangers
yeah, right.
Why is that?
Glasgow Rangers.
because
Right,
we're born
I'm
under the
Rangers
Union Jack. All the people.
Well,
We are the people.
because some of the guys that come in here, Dell and all them that come in here are all Rangers supporters.
Yeah.
Listen, Union.
What's the name of your ball again?
Right.
I don't know what Sonny's laughing at. Like, look, just guys, just to show you, look,
They're singing.
that's Sonny there. Look,
He's an hoodie. He's got his hoodie on.
he's got his hoodie on because he's about to go out and mug somebody. Whoa, more fireworks. All right? Yeah. Great. Listen, that's about it, now, isn't it? Really?
Yes.
Guys,
Yeah, I think we've exhausted everything.
We've been
if
speaking.
I don't get a shake tonight, I'm fucking not right.
Listen, there's nowhere that you could shag out tonight, mate.
I'll fucking shake anything. Not saying.
You're not coming here, eh, baby?
That, if I don't get a shake, I'll be going to more house.
Right, shut up, lad. Scotty.
Just for a good radio scene and good Three Pundits video, the rabbi didn't say there that he was away shagging at the whorehouse. This is the Monday night show with the three pundits. The show,
Before you,
the show that goes a little bit
Haywire on a Monday night.
towards the right side. Don't forget we're
Nicks
on
our Friars.
Radio 1
Someone's
on
nicked our
Saturdays.
Friars.
and Thursdays where we don't swear, but Monday night we'll have a little bit poetic license, don't we, lads?
We do.
We do.
And
Hello.
Yes.
where can they all find us?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, iTunes, podcast apps, search the Three Pundits or Three Pundits Media.
Rather than shouts and all.
Right, Scotty, I think you better wind this up because I think we need to put him to bed.
Ken Scott,
You can put
saying
it to
good
bed.
night.
I'm going near a bed with him if I was you tonight.
Back of the net with Big Dunk
Yes.
and a flying pig and
And
the
the
well fucking pissed Rabbi from Spurs.
Say it to
Oh.
Rabbi.
I fucking love you, bastards.
Good night, all.
Brilliant, man. That was good, wasn't it?
Oh.
Do you know what? I've got a shack to